Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. Your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Business and Real Estate Show. I'm joined by Rona Jukes. Rona Jukes, mortgage professional, American Family Funding, often contributor, often guest.
Yes.
And you brought a great guest in today.
I did indeed. I'd like to introduce you to Jeff Winger. He's a CPA. He's part of my networking group, Synergy Networking, and he's been with our group about a year now. As a founding member, I'm just so thrilled to have Jeff part of our group. He's contributed a lot, and I must say he's my personal CPA and has done a wonderful job for me. So, Jeff, please tell us about yourself.
So I've been a CPA for a few years. I started off working for another CPA and then went and worked for a controller, learned the ins and outs of everything, and then I started my own business. So went out on my own, and it's been great.
Entrepreneur. The one thing I
Yes.
love, he's a matador.
Yes.
He's a Cal State Northridge grad.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. He is. You know what, Jeff? You know, everyone, I personally go through this every tax season, having that dreaded walk into our CPA office. And I know I gave poor Jeff a heart attack on my first visit. I walked in with my box, but it was very organized. So I just wanted to be prepared in case he needed anything. But you know, everybody walks in going, "Oh my God, am I going to have to pay taxes?" Why do we want to pay taxes?
Well, it's actually a good thing if you're paying taxes, because in the end, it means you're making money. And that's
True.
As a business owner, as an employee, you want to be making money. So if you have to pay taxes, that means you're making money. So that's good. I get a lot of questions of, I'm making a lot of money. Should I spend my money to save taxes? And I go, well, you're going to spend $1 to save 50 cents in tax. I wouldn't do it if you don't absolutely need it. So it's all about, I'd rather have 50 cents in my pocket than nothing.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
true.
a good thing.
Well, and the way it is in the state of California is getting close to by the federal and the state taxes. However, I think one of the great things that you shared before you came in, and I want to talk to you about, is you help businesses become profitable. And that's the consultative side of you. Tell us about that.
Right. So I hooked up with an author called Mike Michalowicz, and he wrote a book called Profit First. And it's all about paying yourself and making sure that you're
Pay yourself first.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of like Dave Ramsey, where he has envelopes. I help people set up it with bank accounts instead. So we're set up an allocation for your profit, for your owner's pay, and for your taxes, and then also for your expenses. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to limit your expenses so that you don't have as much money to not waste, but so it kind of crunches you down.
Yeah.
And really puts your profit first.
And I got to say, that's one of the things that Rona does is genius to her clients, real estate agents, tax professionals, is she'll consult with them and give them ideas on how to make more money, which Rona's great at. And I know that's something you like to do.
Right.
Tell us about what business owners can do now to have a profitable 2018.
Well, I would look at what you're doing now and seeing if you're making money, and I would really try to limit what your expenses are. And I help people go through their expenses and kind of say, what are you spending your money on, and what can you cut? Become very efficient on what you're doing. And at the end of the day, in 2018, I would suggest going to your bank right now and opening up a profit account. And whatever money you're getting in, put 1% into that profit account and just let it grow and see where it's going. And
I like that.
And if it continues to work and you don't notice a difference, start putting more and more into that.
It's kind of like a 401k. A lot of business owners don't have one because of the cost of it. Maybe they only have a dozen employees or less, and they just haven't created that. But it's the same concept, right? Pay yourself every single week so it doesn't, before you know it, you'll have a lot of money saved.
Well, doesn't it remind you too? I don't know if, Jeff's kids are younger, but I remember telling my girls, if you get a paycheck, take half of it and put it into a savings account. Spend the other half of it. It's kind of like the same thing. Let's practice what we used to preach to our kids in the business world.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because I know as an employee, you don't, people set up the 401k, you don't even notice that you have the money coming out. And that's the same with the these accounts,
Yeah.
you don't notice the small difference.
Yeah.
So, but it makes a huge difference in the end.
Yeah, and I love that. In fact, there was a credit card that came up with the idea of rounding up. So they would round up and put it in a side account fee, and before you know it,
Right.
you'd have money. Same concept.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that actually with my Bank of America.
Yeah.
They like all the change goes into a savings account.
Yeah, it goes in an account, you can set that up. Well, Rona, great guest.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, Jeff,
well, thank
those
you.
want to reach out to you?
Yeah, you can go to my website, wingercpafirm.com, or you can email me, jeff@wingercpa.com.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Thanks,
Absolutely. And one last plug for Jeff and all tax professionals out there. Get in the month of December to sit down with Jeff to plan out taxes, because there's some things you could probably advise on that would really help.
Yeah, definitely. Always, plan.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Winger. Jeff Winger, a CPA and tax professional at the CPA. What's Jeff D. Winger, CPA Accountancy Corporation. And Rona Jukes. Rona, will you stick around for another segment?
I certainly will. Thanks.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Business and Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Fred Arnold, on your hometown station, KHTS.